60,000 US healthcare workers have contracted COVID-19, 300 have died. Of the health workers who treated patients during the China's COVID-19 outbreak, 50% showed signs of self-reported mental health among pregnant women and new mothers. Before COVID-19 pandemic, depression was 15%, and now during the pandemic, the depression rate increased to 40.7%, and the anxiety before the pandemic was 29%. Now it rose up to 72% during the pandemic. Living under stay-at-home orders, on school or work, and avoiding distractions. And 50% of all students do not know where to go for help for their mental health. Nearly 82% of women surveyed said their lives have been negatively disrupted by the pandemic. Nearly 70% of women who have experienced these disruptions are concerned their career growth may be limited as a result. The World Bank, the global economic outlook during the COVID-19 pandemic, a changed world. The pandemic is expected to plunge most countries into recession, per capita income contracting in the largest fraction of countries globally since 1870. In affected nations, the COVID-19 crisis has worsened already fragile situations. The ILO is more aware than ever. Mumbai mayor says, coming back to India, the third wave is already here. What to do? The city's mayor has said that the third wave of COVID-19 is already upon Mumbai, pointing to a sudden spike in cases. The third wave is not coming, it's here, said the Kishori Padnekar, adding that an announcement regarding the matter has already been made in Nagpur. Speaking of the coming festive season in Maharashtra, the mayor urged people to remain in their homes. Mandals have been asked to allow only 10 people and have them work in shifts. Breakthrough infections found in 25% coronavirus despite getting fully vaccinated. According to a recent study, has revealed, giving an insight on the breakthrough infections due to the Delta variant. The study, jointly conducted by the Institute of Genomics and Integrative Biology, the maximum hospitals in Delhi NCR found that the vaccination breakthroughs were far more common during the Delta break in Delhi than previously reported. All you need to know. Now that we have seen all the statistics across affected the physical health, fatalities increasing, but it's concerning statistics on the mental health of the people, especially younger generations, and which leading to the global peace. Concerning concerning statistics on the violent incidences increasing, it is. So how do we cope up with current COVID-19 pandemic? It is important to address the COVID pandemic, which is seeing another wave, destroying many more lives. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism says, pandemic fatigue setting in as a result of continuous leads to delusional arrogance, Bhava Sankalpa. Continuous lockdown leads to delusional thoughts like, so what, if I die, it's okay. I can't live forever in this lockdown. Going out and then exposing oneself to and putting the risk on yourself and others with irresponsibility and insensitivity in arrogance. The global COVID virus pandemic has left the whole world desperately looking for answers. Life experience, even back in February 2020, is no longer recognizable. Drastic change is the order of the day. With the people in their world, with their society, faith, religion, and health, blessed are those who have had the greatest fortune to be with the incarnation of Paramashiva, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, to carry them through this crisis. With the link https:// Kailasa / Now, sustainable developmental goals. Peace with the nature is possible. If we start now, even amid pandemic, 2021 can go down as the year of peace with nature and set. For example, we can't achieve the sustainable developmental goals, including ending poverty by 2030, if climate change and ecosystem collapse are under and societies by valuing and putting its health at the heart of all our decisions. World Health on health and peace. Health related. Cannot be health without peace, and there cannot be peace without health. If individuals and groups enjoy equitable access to health services, fulfilling their rights to physical and mental health, and health actors design neutral health interventions that promote trust and dialogue, and communities are empowered to cope with violent conflict. Then, health coverage is more universal. Grievances can be heard and addressed to generate trust around health emergency. Concerns affected communities are more likely to make meaningful contributions to peace and reconciliation. So, United States Institute of Peace. Amid COVID, we need enhanced international coordination to build peace. Tackling the pandemic and building resilience in fragile states requires concerted international action at low. This crisis will fuel new conflicts around the world while stemming prospects for resolving ongoing ones. Stronger health systems and universal health coverage must be a priority. Remarks to the General Assembly special session in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. For the first time since 1945, the entire world is confronted contract, a social contract between people, governments, private sector, civil society, and more. Can tackle the roots of inequality with fair taxation on income and wealth, universal benefits, and opportunities for all. Contributions of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism towards the global peace during this pandemic. Vedic tradition beautifully describes Yastu sarvani bhutani atmani ivana pushyati sarvatmanam tadona vigakukshate. Individual goes Whenever an individual goes through a spiritual bliss, he manifests a He's more powerful. He moves the whole village, whole country. If he's powerful enough, he moves the whole world and manifests peace for them. And so global peace is the byproduct. The how to achieve the individual bliss, individual peace by practicing completion. Now let us listen from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism how to achieve the individual peace which leads to the global peace.
Many bodies. Please understand, more deeper space you go inside you, more expanded you become, more one with everything, more oneness you experience. Unified field of consciousness. Various words are used. Some of the word Atma, Brahman. Some of the Hindu traditions use the word Nirvana, Atman, Brahman, Nirvana, unified field, whatever. But one thing I want to tell you, the deeper and deeper you with you, different thoughts of you fights with you. Even you fight with you, the more superficial you go, the more deeper you start traveling. First, you get integrated. The you fighting with you stops. Then, the people around you get integrated. They fighting with you stops. Completion with yourself, then completion with others, then comes completion with other things, not just living beings, even with inanimate beings. The completion starts happening. Even with the nature, completion starts happening. Please understand, the more deeper you travel, the more you go, the more deeper you settle down, the more deeper you start living. Your cognition expands. More joy, more bliss, more knowledge, more enlightenment. Please understand. The more and more completion happens in you, you will see feels complete with you. In the deepest corners of your being, deepermost layers of your being, deep parts of your being, you experience such joy. Going into the deepermost corners of your being, not only is a joy, it's a power. Everybody around you, everything around you listens to you. Power where the tendency is not there. Because as long as you feel the other person is separate from you, when you get the power, it will always be used for exploiting. Because the other person is separate from you in time, talent, treasure. When you feel the other person is your own, the power you have will not be exploiting, it will be enriching. I tell you, the death, I have enriched every human being more than what I received from anybody. I have given to every human being whom I met in my life more than what I received from them. My accounts is clear. I am ready. Come on, let's go. My accounts is clear. I don't have debt. No credit card money to be paid, loans to be paid, no debit card, no credit card. My accounts is clear. Understand, when you feel everyone is your extension, the power given to you, the power you gain, see, any living is power. Powerful way. Even in that, you will become powerful. So any lifestyle you choose, you will get power in that field. Whether it is exploiting or enriching, murdering or raping or go on serving. What lifestyle you choose, living in. When you go into the deepermost core of your being and start living based on completion, the first power, that power will simply make you one. The best power you can have through living is power of enriching. You will become powerful. I tell you, the power of exploiting conflicts naturally brings suffering and brings completion in you and in others. This full month, seeing, we have officially presence in more than 50 countries. As devotees, group of devotees, we have presence in a month, impacting global peace. All Dahana Kriya means burning the patterns which separates us from others. Burning the patterns which are constantly keeping us in a superficial level. All over the world, we will be doing Samskara Dahana Kriya, burning our, and we also have special 3 Nitya Dhyana Yoga program, teaching people science and facilitating Samskara Dahana Kriya. This month, 20th, 21st and 22nd, this whole month, all over the world, all our temples, ashrams, centers, yoga centers, schools, colleges, universities should do Samskara Dahana Kriya, should do bringing more and more peace inside us and outside us, spreading peace. this whole month, let's impact global. Let us really contribute to do it. Not just talking about it. Let's do it. In each area, each place where we have centers, ashrams, temples, two-way centers, yoga centers, even 50 people, each Tanida enriches them with this science. The amount of suffering and negative waves, negative vibes reduction can contribute so much to the world. Please understand. One positive person can burn millions people negativity. Experientially proved, one positive person has already burnt at least 20 million people's negativity in last 10 years and brought peace. So each one of you, if you stand up as one positive being, one authentic, tell you, we can do so much to the world. It will be better place than the time we entered. It should be better place. So understand, inner peace is your being. Bring more and more completion into you and start living Advaita. Today in the Inner Awakening session, it's all about completion with others. So last 6 days, literally, you worked so much, one by one by one by one by one, layer by layer by layer by layer. The completion with yourself. Now comes completion with others. Today we are starting the science of completion with others. It's one of the most powerful science. Does so much to human beings, not just healing their relationships, inside their consciousness done. Advaita. Today the Inner Awakening sessions are all about completion with others. We have long session today working on completing with others with this. Because today we have a long session with inner. Actually it is a good news, it's not a bad news, because participants are so sincere. They are going through the whole process so intensely, sincerely. Because of that we are little delayed, but today I am going to catch up. Today I am going to spend more time and catch up with them, with the syllabus. So
to achieve global peace.
You should work for revolution, you should work for these, that things, you should vote only the party which says that it will stop the war and all these things. This is the social answer. Nonsense. The honest answer, I tell you, simply transform yourself. You can't do anything. You are raising this question because you are not able to do. Am I right? So let us be very clear. We are not able to do. socially. That's the truth. That's the reason you are sitting here and raising the question. Understand few important things. There are a lot more. The world is totally spoiled. It is not going according to or how it is supposed to be. It was wonderful once upon a time. In ancient time, things were going properly. Everything was well and great. 10,000 years ago, they found some writings on stone in Aranjam about that stone writings. That writings, it says, is not as it should be, great, things were as it should be. And it almost looks like a today newspaper editorial. 10,000 years ago, the same thing carved on a stone. Then understand, there was no such time as only good prevailed. It is just a fantasy. Hinduism, they call it Satya Yuga, the age of truth. There was a time only truth prevailed. And every religion, Christianity, they say the Garden of Adam, there was a time everything was wonderful. If the idea of golden past exists only in the past, the more you go back, again you say the past was great. And I tell you one thing, it is a wonderful way of postponing accepting the reality. Otherwise, I can be sure the world was same as it is today. Whether it is 5,000 years ago or 10,000 years ago. Maybe one thing, there was no CNN channel that time. The news did not reach you so quickly. That may be the only difference. But otherwise, I can be sure the good and the bad was equal. Good and the bad was equal. The same amount of wars were there. All the other things were there. You read the Puranas, mythological stories of India, you see enough of things. Enough of dirty things. I think sometimes I find little more. And if you read completely the Purana, criminal activities or bad things or negative things, whatever you say, all this stuff. And never think only present day is corrupted or violent. In the ancient days also, all these things were there. Only one thing was not there, CNN news or the internet. So the news did not reach you. But at least if you awaken yourself, if you reach the enlightenment state, you can go beyond it. And I tell you, enlightenment is the only service you can do to the society. Just become enlightened so that you will reduce the negativity. Now, as of now, you are also the part of negative group. Naturally, we will be a negative group. As long as we are unenlightened, we will be the part of collective negative consciousness. So if you become enlightened, at least you will reduce your weight. That's the only thing we can do. Nothing else. Help yourself and the society. Otherwise, all revolutions, you see, all revolution again end up as one more tradition. In last 2000 years, 3000 wars have happened in the humanity. In 2000, human beings have not done anything. Claims their army is a defensive army. Then who is offending? Tell me. Every country says defensive army. Then who? What to say? Games. The idea of peace is a pure game. Peace according to them. On interreligious gathering, one guy is preaching, let all of you convert to my religion so that we will not have fight. He wants the way in which he wanted, not the way in which should survive, something like that. He has written some statement about the peace on the sword. Spread the peace. So no revolution is going to help. Only individual evolution is going to help. So be very clear. Instead of working in the outer world, start working in the inner world. That will help you and society some way. Social answer means, I'll tell, global peace, you should all work for turning. Social answer means,
Now let us listen from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism that Sri Kailasa is powerful mass.
Space of Shanti, the space of Shanti, Kailasa grows. Listen carefully. It is in the deep powerfulness of peace, or peace-centered powerfulness is the ground, breeding ground for Paramashivatva to manifest. Please understand. Like how pure Shanti-based Shakti manifests in peace-based powerfulness. Please understand. Neither violence nor powerlessness. Powerlessness is weakness. Violence is abusive. Peace, the Upanishads, starts with peace, completes with peace. Shanti mantra starts with Shanti mantra, gets completed with Shanti mantra. The fundamental requirement Shivatva to manifest. That is why people who do not want peace in our campus. Understand? But only eternal peace. So, remember this very clearly. Peace alters the Anu Mahat structure. Understand? Anoraniyan Mahato Mahiyan. The consciousness in you is atom inside the atom, Mahat, more than Mahat. That Anoraniyan Mahato Mahiyan. That consciousness starts growing in you with more and more powerfulness developing in you. Nothing can be compared to unclutching. Spend more and more time in unclutching. It will never be wasted. Time spent on unclutching is the most. Clutching completely makes you altogether a different middle. Understand? Structure, genetic structure, DNA structure, everything. All the 8 energy flow circuits. Flows. 1, the pure explosion. So totally 8 unclutch. Understand? Unclutching is the space of Sri Kailasa. Listen carefully. Listen carefully.
Now let's listen from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism that every prayer in Hinduism begins with peace and peace.
Evanti, Shanti, Shanti, 3 times means peace, peace, peace. Hinduism is the real religion. Individual level, social level, global level. Understand? Hinduism lasts all its 56 nations, 200 states, 10,000 kingdoms. is not a loss to Hinduism, is practiced, kept alive. The ideal of global peace is kept alive. Just do this one simple statistics. You yourself study. Google and study. Take the top 10 religions and list how many people they converted in last 200 years, how many people they killed. List for each religion. I can be 200% sure you yourself will realize Hinduism is the most peace-loving and peace-living religion, neither conversion nor terrorism. Neither conversion nor terrorism. Being the supreme pontiff of the most peace-loving, peace-living religion, I give you all my blessings on this International Peace Day. Understand? It is we Hindus need to keep the global peace as a living possibility, and we need to make this global peace as reality. Just talking about global peace will not work. Working for global peace only is the responsibility of the real living one who wants to claim themselves as a global peace is our responsibility. Every
Now, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism says Hindus have the responsibility to bring global peace.
Hindus have the responsibility to bring global peace. So you can also throw a challenge. See, if you are making a Hindu micronation, you can throw this challenge to each one, your friends, family. Let them participate in the challenge and then create. Let them send the challenge to others. So I welcome all the living and practicing Hindus to become founding fathers of Kailasa micronation in your countries. You can also make a challenge, like how they made ice bucket challenge and all that. We can make a challenge. You form Hindu micronation and claim, I am the founding father of the Hindu micronation Kailasa. And then you can invite your family, friends for a challenge. 11 people. You form and you challenge 11 people and they also form and they spread. So let us start spreading. My message on this International Day of Peace. The work we do will talk for us. The talk we do will not work for us. This is the message. The work we do will talk for us. The talk we do will not work for us. Global peace is responsibility of Hindus. We living, practicing Hindus, not only we should achieve the individual peace through meditation, we should also create an ecosystem where the global peace starts manifesting. Ecosystem. Request every living, practicing Hindu to Kailasa Hindu micronations all over the world. Hindus have the...
Now, join the Kailasa's COVID care protection centers if you are in India, especially Register now with the link https:// Kailasa's mission of global peace and super consciousness breakthrough. Now let us see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's contribution. The Sovereign Order of Kailasa, led by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and Nithyananda Order of monks, nuns, and Hindu diaspora, are working for global peace and to give a super consciousness breakthrough to humanity. It is the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's mission to revive a conscious world where the global issues at the climate, economic, social, health, and humanitarian levels cease to livings. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been working from the very grassroots level to usher in an era of peace at all levels. Individual, societal, national, and global have enabled him to directly address the various social problems facing humanity today. Some of the ways the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism provides spiritual solutions to combat the pandemic and other issues. Since the beginning of the global lockdown, the movement, the amount of contribution and activism of Kailasa has increased multifold. Through the Paramashivoham program, bringing the super consciousness breakthrough. Paramashivoham program is an online free program which starts according to the Vedic calendar on new moon day and full moon day. It's a bi-weekly program and it's free anywhere from the world. You can attend by joining paramashivoham.org/join. And it is to give a super consciousness breakthrough, not only adding your health, wealth, and relation of 39 batch season 39 is starting. So register now with the link paramashivoham.org/. Next, by the Akhanda 9 billion minutes for peace so far. Paramashiva Sankalpa chanting, sacred Sanskrit mantra chanting to heal Zoom sessions, spiritual healing to one and all 24/7, helping human oppression and tough situations in relationships, providing alternative solutions to worldly problems through power manifestation, initiating thousands every day into manifesting innate superhuman capabilities in the Kailas courtyard sessions, healthy solutions like a technique to clear stomach from Ayurvedic solutions, which ultimately brings self-sufficient communities. Continuing and intensifying the service of Annadan, the free food in Nithyananda Annalayas around the world, including Tiruvannamalai, Los Angeles, and many other adhinams, paving way with the New World Order, starting the agriculture-based communities in Adi Kailas and several other locations. Peacekeepers of Kailasa offering way from the teachings of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Hinduism prescribes very presence of the avatar and his order of monks, offering Maheshwara Puja to the natural calamities hit victims. One, Mahesh, to register, you can post your comments, so you will get the proper links. Devi Parashakti Akashations was created with the delusional parts. If the visionary of a civilization or country or nation has blind spots, develops the vision for it, the whole civilization suffers those blind spots forever. Now it's time that the nature, Prakriti, resets itself. Many of the blind spot-based visions, ideas become important components of the society. This pralaya, which is, let's celebrate God. This isolation, which is seemingly endless, with an unknown future, which is compelling humanity to make a lifestyle change, is something to be deeply dwelled upon. All problems need to be addressed only with the spiritual solutions and cognitions. to stop people having mental breakdown, pandemic fatigue, collapsing depression, destruction, and also give them super consciousness breakthrough and revive the enlightenments and powerful cognitions. Some of the spiritual solutions and power cognitions are Paramashivoham, consciously built a deep feeling connection, yoga, puja, vegetarian diet, and nirahara samyama. The Akhanda Nirvikalpa Samadhi Jnana Yajna, people from over 50 countries create the space of Paramashiva by practicing the unclutching meditation 24/7 a day, 7 days a week. And it started from 13th May 2020. Now, zones continuously, actively unclutching around the world. You can join the movement with registering at the link http:// .tv